This ends with the division on fire, careers fractured, and at least one legacy permanently stained. And if that sounds insane, good, because now we snap backward to the moment Paddy Pimblett stopped being loud and started being dangerous. The exact second the kid from Liverpool crossed an invisible line and decided the elite weren't goals anymore, but obstacles. And ask yourself this before you even blink. Were you paying attention when ambition turned into threat, or were you too busy laughing it off like everyone else?
I think if I win though and he wins and I get upgraded to undisputed champ like you did, it wouldn't surprise me if he thinks that's the perfect opportunity to win the right weight belt.
We don't want to. Bang, bang, yep. Boom, good. Boom, good. Boom, yep. Good. Good, jump it back. There you go. Good. Perfect. Yeah, so today's Monday. We're 5 weeks out from last Saturday, or from Saturday just passed. And
Paddy Pimblett isn't just talking anymore, he's hunting, and the scariest part is how calm he is about it, calling out Justin Gaethje while already looking past him toward Alexander Volkanovski like Gaethje is just a door handle, not the room. And nah, that shouldn't sit right with you, because when a fighter skips fear stages, something usually breaks, either the opponent or the sport itself. And trust me, something is being hidden here that we haven't clocked yet.
Yeah, last time I seen you, lad, fucking now. Funniest when I come to your gym, lad. When I come to yours, I'd been out the night before, lad, to watch fucking Springsteen, lad, and got in at about 4:30 in the morning.
You know that mural after you spoke about it? Yeah. She was a massive outcry in the town. Gotta get it down.
take it down. Still going though. It's going strong, isn't it?
Then Tom Aspinall walks into Paddy's gym, and it smiles, laughs, easy energy, no tension, no alpha nonsense, and that should terrify you, because fighters don't relax like that unless they feel untouchable or unless they know something you don't. And I swear there's a quiet alliance forming here that nobody is talking about. Something off camera, off mic, and when it surfaces, it's going to rattle way more than one weight class.
We were doing like training stuff earlier, you know what I mean? Doing little bits for him, thinking it's gonna be him. And then obviously he come out and said he's not fighting.
So did you think you were gonna be on the end of October card with him?
No, I wanted to be on. I asked for Gaethje on that card.
When we saw you, you said you wanted to do
Warriors, you said.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I wanted to be on that, but Gaethje said no, because it weren't a title fight.
They joke, they reminisce, they talk like brothers in arms, but underneath that banter is years of shared grind and unspoken hierarchy. And when Paddy points out how shredded Tom looks, leaner, sharper, more refined, that's not gym talk, that's recognition of evolution, and evolution in MMA always precedes violence. Always. And nah, don't ignore this, because bodies change before plans do, and plans are already moving.
Well, my career's been fantastic so far. Just because, and I've got a lot of people that love me. I've got an amazing family. I've got a great training situation. I've got a nice house. I've got, like, everything's amazing, mate. I'm not complaining about nothing. Like I think there's a lot of people out there who see a quote or an interview of me talking about my eyes and think that I'm crying about it. Like, it was what it was. And it is what it is. And I'm gonna have surgery and it's gonna get fixed, and that's it, we'll move on. My life's friggin' amazing. I ain't complaining about nothing. Would I have not liked to have got poked in the eyes and win the fight? Of course, but mate, welcome to Earth, innit? Like, things don't always go your way.
The mood flips fast when the conversation drifts into fight planning, because here's the ugly truth. Camps start before contracts, bodies get molded for ghosts, and Paddy admits they were already deep in prep for one man who suddenly vanished. And that's where chaos starts creeping in, because when fighters train for the wrong threat, it leaves scars you don't see until it's too late. And someone absolutely pulled a string behind the scenes here.
But we can't put a date on it, we can't put a time on it, and that's the thing that I think people tuning into this will be thirsty for, won't they? They'll be thirsty
of course.
For that information.
People aren't bothered about my lovely life that I've got. People want to see me back in the octagon, and I get that. I'm just saying, if you're sitting here and going to ask me, say that I've had a really down and gloomy year, I've not at all. It's been amazing. But speaking from a personal perspective, yeah, the career stuff could have been a bit better.
Yeah, and that's the only insinuation that I was pointing
on the
towards.
whole, mate, on the whole, I can't complain. It's been amazing.
Tom Aspinall talks about gratitude, family, support, a perfect life, and on the surface, it sounds wholesome, almost boring. But listen closer, because fighters don't emphasize peace unless they're fighting something internal. And when he brushes off the eye poke like it's nothing, nah, I don't buy it. Not for a second. And neither should you, because there's more damage there than he's letting on, and that secret is ticking quietly.
Tom, when Tom gets hurt, it's like he's like immediately incapacitated. Immediately.
He shut down.
It's like you poke my eye and then he's like immediately, there's no like.
He never tried to look. It was rag on the eye immediately.
Dude, I would have been the silliest looking cat on national TV just
trying. He didn't try. He didn't try.
Same thing with Curtis Blaze. When he hurt his knee, there was no limping, there was no trying to get up. It was just like immediately.
Yep.
Burn my village. I can't go on. Like,
he doesn't have the dog in him. Yeah, that kill or be killed.
Immediately quits.
Yeah.
When he got tapped out with an ankle lock, there was no trying to fight his hands. There were no trying to. He immediately quit.
You see the pattern of it.
Immediately.
Fans are clawing for a return date, timelines, clarity, and Tom says there is none. And that uncertainty is poison in this sport, because pressure doesn't just come from opponents. It comes from expectation. And expectation turns into mistakes, rushed recoveries, bad decisions. And I'm telling you right now, one wrong medical green light could alter the heavyweight picture for years. And the UFC knows it, even if they won't say it.
With featherweight, it all depends what happens with Volk and Lopez.
Well, Volk's going, isn't he? I think this is going to be Volk's last
I've heard
one.
people saying that Volk might retire after this fight because it's in Australia. But you don't know, do you? Well, people say that all the time and then they fight again.
I hope he does retire, and I'm the biggest Volk fan out there. I want him to retire after it. If he wins this one, leave it.
I think if I win though and he wins and I get upgraded to undisputed champ like you did, it wouldn't surprise me if he thinks that's the perfect opportunity to win the lightweight belt.
We don't want two mates
I don't know, I don't want to fight Volk, lad. I proper like Volk, but you probably look at it and think that's my best chance to become lightweight.
Then John Jones opens his mouth, and suddenly this isn't just about injuries anymore. It's about heart, about dog, about quitting versus surviving. And when Jones questions Tom's mental toughness, it's not analysis, it's a landmine. Because narratives like that stick, and once planted, they get weaponized by fans, media, and future opponents. And nah, this wasn't accidental. This was strategic, and someone wanted that seed planted.
If Paddy's gonna take him down, Paddy's gonna have to rough him up first. He's gonna have to land some punches and some kicks to distract him to get in close to take him down. That's a very honest assessment. And so, okay, so as I'm reading through this interview, it's like, all right, but back to Justin, how are you gonna beat him? You just showed a couple of ways that you don't think this fight is gonna go. How do you think it is going to go? And it's exactly what you think, right? He's gonna get out there, he's gonna rough him up, he's gonna touch him up and put him away. Well, how's Paddy win? And wouldn't you know it, right after I read an interview by Justin Gaethje, I read an interview from Paddy. And Paddy talked about how he was going to win. And Paddy said, so many people think I'm going to wrestle him. They think it's going to look like the fight with Chandler, but it's not. I'm going to go out and I'm going to beat him up on his feet.
Bang, bang, yep. Boom, good. Boom, good. Boom, yep. Good. Good, jump it back. There you go. Good. Perfect. Yeah, so today's Monday. We're 5 weeks.
Gaethje versus Paddy. What does that fight look like? And for me, it's whoever's fastest. I asked Dustin Poirier this question. Happened to be with Dustin over the weekend. I said, hey, who's faster? He said, I don't know. And I said, well, who do you favor in the striking? Now, Dustin said, largely because of my history with Gaethje, because I felt his punches, I can tell you the damage that guy can do with the punches and the kicks. But I'm still stuck wondering who's faster. And in boxing, we will see these things all the time. We'll always start to compare their resumes and go, well, this guy's got a better resume. It's like, but we know that doesn't matter. We know that doesn't. There's something for momentum and there's something for this upward trajectory. And the guy that's already been there and done that does not, even though on paper he looks better, he does not actually have an advantage.
The lightweight picture gets dragged into this madness when Paddy starts thinking like a chess player instead of a brawler, mapping scenarios, injuries, champions, moving up, contenders falling out. And this is where it gets dangerous, because fighters who think 3 fights ahead don't fight scared, they fight liberated. And liberated fighters either make history or cause disasters. And I've got a bad feeling we're leaning toward disaster here.
Main event of the evening. When this fight was announced, people were furious. People were mad. How the hell did Paddy Pimblett get a title shot? He didn't beat anybody in the top 5. People were mad that somehow Justin Gaethje got a title shot, being 1 fight removed from an all-time knocking out, and not on the right side of it. People were mad that Arman Tsarukyan, who just beat the absolute brakes off of Dan Hooker, was not getting a title shot. But I wasn't mad. I understood the situation. First of all, we need to remember that Arman screwed the UFC. He screwed the fans, he screwed everybody, when just a few hours before the UFC 311 weigh-ins, he said, my back hurts, I can't fight. We all know it was a weight cut issue, and his back didn't hurt. That move cost the UFC, I don't know, $50 million?
Against Tom Aspinall. He is a beautiful kickboxer, and stylistically, for Alex Poatan Pereira, it's the best matchup. Maybe not in all of the heavyweight division, because Cyril Gane is one of the guys that can rival Tom Aspinall in terms of agility, speed, quickness, light on the feet, technical precision. Probably a better kickboxer, but I do give Tom the overall MMA skills, the well-roundedness. I do give Tom an advantage there. But for Alex Pereira, this is a great matchup, and it is an opportunity for Alex Pereira and the UFC, for us as fans, to see somebody become the first ever 3-weight division champion, which would be unbelievable.
Chael Sonnen breaks down matchups like a surgeon, but even he sounds uneasy because Gaethje versus Paddy isn't just style versus style. It's speed versus violence, momentum versus legacy, and when Dustin Poirier can't even say who's faster, that's terrifying. Because speed is the one thing you can't see clearly until it's already hit you, and somebody in one of these camps is lying about it, I guarantee it.
I also get how Justin Gaethje got here. Yeah, he was just 2 fights ago, face down on the canvas at UFC 300 in what will live forever as one of the greatest knockouts of all time. I get it. I saw it. My live reaction to that was like, oh my God. But you know what you get with Justin Gaethje? You get a kid who shows up, throws down. He's an exciting guy. He will get in your face. He will punch. He's not going to play some boring bullshit. He will fight. So the UFC was met with a challenge. Their champion's getting a divorce, so he stepped away. And now they need to either hold up the entire division or put together a freaking fight for the boys. So they put together a fight for the boys, and this is what they came up with, and I don't hate it. We got Justin Gaethje taking on Paddy Pimblett for the interim lightweight title, and assuming Ilia Topuria figures out his divorce, this belt will be defended, and my theory is they did this on purpose.
Gaethje's camp is all discipline, sacrifice, routine, but that's what it looks like right before a career-defining gamble, because this isn't just another war for him, this is the fork in the road, champion or done. No middle ground, and when fighters enter camps like that, they either sharpen into weapons or crack under the weight, and we won't know which until it's irreversible.
So if Tom's going to have surgery, he's got to take it very, very easy and not rush back to competition, sparring, anything like that. Certainly not fighting against the best heavyweights on the planet in 4-ounce gloves. So I do really feel for Tom, because none of this is his fault. He had, he was kind of messed around a little bit, given the whole situation with what happened with John Jones. He stepped in against Sergey Pavlovich, he knocked him out, he was knocking everyone out. He knocked out Curtis Blades when he defended the interim as well. So he's been doing his side, but just for one reason or the other, John Jones messing him around, and then he comes back. Now he gets poked. Now he might need surgery. Listen, you wouldn't wish that on anyone, right? Regardless of whether or not you're a big fan of Tom Aspinall or not, right? The man is a decent human being, right? He's a good guy. There's no controversy, and he does not deserve this. So Tom, rest up, but take your time, mate. Take your time. Do not rush back at all.
The backlash over Paddy's title path is volcanic, fans furious, analysts screaming robbery. But here's the uncomfortable part. Nobody wants to admit controversy is fuel and UFC runs on it. And when names like Arman get dragged into it with whispers of missed weigh-ins and burned bridges, it stops being about merit and starts being about leverage. And leverage is where things get dirty fast.
Here, number 5 on the list is Justin Gaethje. And the reason Justin Gaethje has to be on this list is I don't know if he's coming or going. I do not know if Justin, but it's going to be one of the two, make no mistake. Justin Gaethje is either going to be champion of the world or he's going to be retired the next time we have this talk. The next time we get together and we're talking about a year in review or a year in preview, the great year to come. Justin Gaethje's either going to be champion of the world or he's going to be retired. And he's going to kick things off with an opportunity to be the champion of the world, which he earned a very hard way. By the way, that division is so difficult. 155 pounds. That is so hard. So now he's gonna go in there with Paddy.
Gaethje's resume is bulletproof. Wars, knockouts, classics, but even legends get sacrificed to timing, and this feels like timing gone nuclear. Because the interim belt isn't mercy, it's pressure wrapped in gold. And once that strap is involved, nobody walks away clean. Not the winner, not the loser, not the division, and someone upstairs absolutely knows this is going to explode.
I'm gonna call it interim championship too, but I don't get it. You got one champion. And the interim champion is almost a title of grace. It's a title of compassion. Like, there's not any amongst us that don't know what the word champion means. There's not any amongst us that believe you can have two champions at the same time. We know that that's impossible. But sometimes you show grace. Right? There's something happening with your current champion and he's not able to make that walk. So we have an interim champion. And I like it. I'm for it. I'm one of the guys that likes the interim belt. I only share for you that in the case of Justin Gaethje, if we're at the same point at this time next year.
This thing talking about Pereira and Gain feels like a side quest, but it's not. It's a warning sign, because cross-division dreams only surface when the current order feels unstable. And right now, everything feels unstable. Heavyweight, lightweight, titles, timelines, it's all wobbling. And when the structure wobbles, opportunists strike, and there are opportunists everywhere right now.
For a lad, if he's going to sit out for that long, I would rather him just vacate and stop holding the division up. But I do want to fight him, you know what I mean? So it's a catch-22. But I don't know, lads. I want to beat Ilya up and show everyone that I can beat him. But at the same time, if he's going to have me waiting, like Tom was waiting for John, then no. Just vacate, lad, and let the division.
This doesn't end with clarity. It ends with questions, delays, injuries, accusations, and maybe a belt wrapped around the wrong waist at the wrong time. Because Paddy and Tom are standing at crossroads that don't allow safe turns anymore. And the scariest part is this story is still moving. Contracts shifting, camps changing, truths being hidden. And if you think you've got it figured out now, you're already behind, and the next update might blow the whole thing open.